Today we're going to talk about the 10 steps to creating a kick-ass practice. Not only a kick-ass practice, but a kick-ass life. All right, who's with me? Hopefully you guys are there. Alexandra, I'm so sorry. I know you were on here watching, looking out for us. So hopefully you can, hopefully it pops up in your notification. So here we go. Number one, what's step number one is write your scripts and internalize them. Guys, be authentic and write scripts that are true to you, and then memorize them so well that they just flow out of your mouth. They just roll off your tongue. They actually become a part of who you are. Nobody wants to communicate with a robot. Nobody wants to be lectured to by an actor. Right? So take your time in writing your scripts and memorize them. This takes time. It takes time for the scripts, your verbiage to get wired into your mind. And you should practice your scripts every single day. I'm in practice for over 22 years. I think it's like 23 years now. I keep forgetting to add a year. But I'm in practice for 23 years. And there are mornings that I put my headphones on and I still listen to my scripts to prepare for the day. Why? Because this allows you to be in PTC with your patient. What's PTC? Where are my Parker grads? If you're a Parker grad or if you're a Parker student right now, write in the comments, Parker student, or write in the comments, Parker, I graduated from Parker, right? PTC is present time consciousness. This allows you to commit fully to present time with your patient, so you're not having to think about, all right, what do I say next? Oh my gosh, is there something I forgot to tell them, right? So write your scripts that are authentic to you and memorize them, get them down. Number two, walk in as an authority. Your presence needs to become an authority because patients are paying you for your expertise. You are the doctor, so act like it. Walk with confidence, certainty, and conviction with every patient that comes into your office. All right, guys, step number 3 for kick-ass practice. Step number 3 is keep a leads email list. So what I always recommend for the practices for my clients that I'm working with in opening practices is to start 8 weeks. To start 8 weeks prior to your day that you open to do active promotion and active marketing. So what I mean by active marketing and promotion is promotions that you physically get out of your 4 walls, get out of your comfort zone, get into your community, where you're making connections with patients and actively getting butts in seats. Butts in hot seats in your practice. People on the schedule book. People with appointments. Give yourself 8 weeks to bust it out, right? So if a person is not able to commit to getting on your schedule book, always get their name and their email. Why? You can make a leads list. And with this leads list, you can keep yourself fresh in front of their mind, in their consciousness. And you can email them about your grand opening, about events that are happening in your office. And you always provide people with more value than what is expected. Okay. Number 4, keep it personal. Be authentic. Remember, your number one intention with patients is to create and to build lifelong relationships with these people. Talk to them like you're a human. I know we all go through chiropractic school and they beat the humanness out of us and install this doctor of a person, right? Yes, you are the doctor. And yes, you have to have a certain level of authority, but you also have to remember how to be human and how to build relationships and how to communicate with people. Put yourself in their shoes, have empathy for them, and most importantly, be yourself. Number 5, be conscious. I love this one. This is so important. Be conscious of what you're posting on social media. The world is watching you as a healthcare provider and a leader in your community. That's how people see you. I don't care if you're young like me. I opened a practice. I was 24 years old when I opened my practice. So I don't care if you're young like I was when I opened a practice, or if you're an old geezer like me. It's just a joke, guys. People see you as a leader, as an influencer, as an inspirer, right? So here's the deal. If a patient is deciding between coming to you or going to the chiropractor down the street, and they see you on Facebook all smashed up every weekend, like getting naked at the pool, they're probably going to pick the guy down the street, right? Maybe not, but no, I'm just kidding. They're going to pick the guy down the street. Why? Because your people's health is a top priority for them. They're trusting you with their most precious, possessions, their family, their spouses, and their children, right? So, hi Jody, I love you too. I just saw that. Thank you for watching. So people are trusting you. So be careful about what you're posting on social media, and ask yourself, is this a message that I want to portray to my patient? If my patient was watching this video, or if my patient was watching this post, would I want them to be seeing it? All right, guys, step number 6, be able to confront and unemotional when a patient has an objection. So remember that nearly 10 out of 10 of the people that walk into your office are going to believe that you are a musculoskeletal doctor that treats pain. Now here's going to be the challenge with that. They're like in this bubble over here that thinks you're a pain treater, right? And meanwhile, you're like, well, I'm a chiropractor. I clear out the nervous system so that you can have an optimum life. You can live your best life now, right? And so you can clearly see that those are two very different belief systems. So part of the challenge that we have is when two people have two very opposing belief systems, sometimes it creates like a little bit of I don't know if I want to use the word friction. I don't like that word friction because it's very negative, but sometimes it can create some questions. It can create questions. So what you have to be able to do is you have to, step number one, you have to be able to know when you hear a belief system. And then step number 2 is you have to be able to clear that belief system out if you want that patient to move forward with you. And step number 7 is know your stats. I am not a number person. I will talk philosophy all day long, but I never really loved keeping numbers. I was really never a numbers person, but they are so important. So you want to know, you want to keep track of how many patients you schedule at a particular event, marketing, or promo. How many of them actually showed up into your office? How many of them converted? So what was your conversion rate? And what was the revenue that your practice brought in after doing that event? So that by the end of a year, you'll be able to see what events and what promos gave you the best ROI, return on the investment. And also, different people come from different events. So one of the things that we work on with our students is we teach you guys how to create an avatar or an ideal practice member, right? So you'll notice as you go through this process that you do some events that attract certain people with certain values and certain identities, and then you'll do other events that attract other people with different types of values and different types of identities. All right, step number 8. Am I holding up the right numbers here? I told you I was not great with numbers. Here we go. Step number 8. I got it right. There we go. Your business plan is your treasure map. I was one of those geeks that I always wanted to follow a treasure map. Well, this is it. Your business plan is your treasure map. And you should be looking at your business plan weekly. And every week, set clear intentions and clear action steps that help you move closer, step by step, toward your vision and toward your dream. Remember, this is a working document, and it's going to change as you go, and it's also going to change as you grow. All right, here we go. Step number 9. I got it right this time. Step number 9. The early bird gets the worm. There's a reason why that's a cliche, guys. So get your morning routine down. Your morning sets the tone for your entire day. If you want to have an impactful day, what you do in the morning is going to be the fuel and the energy that gets you through your day. Is there anybody else besides me where your alarm clock has gone off and your eyes open and like the first thing that you think about is all the stuff you have to get done, and you're like immediately in overwhelm where you're like, oh my God, I have to get so much stuff done just to finish, just to do all of the action steps to reach my goal, to reach my vision. And it actually becomes exhausting where you literally like lay your head back down, plump right on the pillow, you pull the covers back over your head, and you're like, I'm just not getting out of bed today. Has anybody else experienced that besides me? Well, a powerful morning routine will kick you out of that. And it'll give you the fuel that you need to get through your day and get shit done, right? If you don't know how to create a powerful routine, guys, join Revivify. Revivify is a program that I wrote just for things like this. It's a $97 a month membership. Kelly's giving me the eye right now because I'm not supposed to be telling you about this, but I can't hold it in. This is what I created it for. I created it for you guys, right? And morning routines are going to look different for everyone. I've been doing a morning routine since I've been like 18, 19 years old. And when I was in my 20s, my morning routine looked way different than what it looked like when I had children. I mean, shoot, man, my first son woke up at 4 a.m. every morning. Do you think I had to change my morning routine so that it served me? Yeah, absolutely. Now things are different. Now my kids are teenagers. I have to actually pay them to spend time with me, right? So, well, it's not quite that bad yet, but it's getting there, right? So yeah, I mean, if you need some help with that, join Revivify. It's an awesome program. And step number 10 for kick-ass life, right? Read more books. I used to think that I didn't have time to read. All my friends who were busy entrepreneurs, they always said, Nicole, you have to read more. You have to read more. I have one friend, Dan the man, and he like constantly sends me books, and I'm like, are you trying to tell me something? I know I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed. Are you trying to tell me something? He's like, yeah, man, you got to read more, right? So now I've been committed to reading 10 minutes a day. That's it, right? 10 minutes a day. I actually set my alarm on my phone for 10 minutes. I honor my time. I honor the time that I set aside for that, but I do read now 10 minutes a day, because to just say that you don't have time for something, that's bullshit. We can all carve out 10 minutes out of our day to do the things that are important, that are going to support us in reaching our life goals, and really not just having a kick-ass practice, but this is about having a kick-ass life. So I hope this blessed you guys, and I hope that this provided more value for you than you expected. And if it did, please let me know. Show me some love. I love doing this for you guys. Have an amazing weekend, and I will see you next week.